right, so I finally got the real pair right here of the Travis Scott 1 highs. I also have the replica pair here that I bought a while ago. Anyway, in this video, I wanted to give you guys a comparison between the replica and the real pair. So right now you can get $5 free from privacy.com to use on any website that you guys would like. There's literally no strings attached, no sign-up fees or anything like that. And I'll tell you more about privacy.com and why it should matter to you guys later in this video. So let's just dive in and take a look at these side by side. So here's a look at the labels. This is the real pair right here. As you can see, it has a price tag equipped, $175. The replica one right here does not have a price tag equipped. It does look pretty similar though, as you can see. So opening them up. For those that want to see the paper comparison, those are them right here. They actually look and feel pretty close to the same colors and everything. If you guys didn't see though, the fake pair came with a StockX tag. So kind of ridiculous. And this is just a reminder that you can't just trust people that show you guys this and show that it came from StockX. Obviously this shoe didn't come from StockX, so don't trust people just because they have a StockX tag. Like, anybody can get these. All right, so this is my first actual look at these side by side. So I'm just gonna be looking these over and seeing what we can look at that looks different and looks like not real. The first thing right off the bat that you could tell is different about the two different shoes is the smell. And I've mentioned it a million times, but if you know the smell of an Air Jordan 1 fresh out the factory, it smells absolutely nothing like a fake pair fresh out the factory. It has a very distinctive rubber and glue smell to the shoe that makes you know that this is the real deal. When you get the replica one in hand, it definitely smells off. So this is a fake pair on the left, this is a real pair on the right. And just a cautionary note out there, just because I'm showing you guys the comparison between these, and if I find some things that are different about this one than what the replica has, one, it doesn't mean that the replica companies aren't going to fix those things on future versions of the shoe. The other thing to note is that real pairs actually vary from pair to pair as well. These are handmade shoes. The de-embossing on the shoe like this is going to be different on some of these, and I've seen it, and you can see it on this one. The one on the left actually here looks way less de-embossed than the one right here. So that's just to show you this is the real pair, and this one looks way more pronounced than this one. So just because a fake pair has one that looks exactly like this doesn't mean it's real, and just because a fake pair that has one exactly like this doesn't mean it's real. You have to dig a little bit deeper, and you just have to really buy from trusted people. So I wanted to get that disclaimer out there because honestly, I know there's a lot of people out there that have been stung from buying Travis Scott 1s. You just really have to be careful on the open market. Both of the qualities actually are pretty decent. And I'm going to be 100% honest, like the fake pair actually has pretty ridiculously good leather on the back of the shoe. In fact, it looks a little bit better than the real pair up close. The one thing that I noticed is the stitching color down here looks a little bit lighter than the stitching color on the real pair. Something that is just a little bit noticeable. The big Nike swoosh on the side of the shoe looks like a different grain or something than the replica pair. The replica pair actually has a really nice buttery soft swoosh. Again, which is kind of crazy how close they are, but this one is actually a little bit softer in a different textured pattern. Behind the swoosh, you could see some of the back collar, and on the replica pair, you could see the same thing. So it wasn't just on the replica pair. The real pair does have that, at least the one that I have right here. The Wings logo right here looks pretty similar to me, at least. Here's a look at the toe box section right here, and honestly, the real pair has a little bit more of like a tumbled leather on it than the fake pair. I don't know if you can see it, but my fake pair right here has some blue ink. It looks like that they used or some pen ink or something to line up the shoe. That's really professional. The soles look pretty close. The only thing that I noticed is the texture behind the Nike logo here is a little bit bigger than on the texture on this one. Looks totally different, but that could be because of the sizes. I don't know 100%. One of the things that people always try to call out on fake pairs is the stitching. So this is a real pair here, and there's a stitching. You can see it's a little bit sloppy or doubled up in some sections on the wings there. And this is a fake pair, and it's not that doubled up. I mean, but it still looks pretty close to the real thing. And there's a close-up of the stitching as well again. I mean, it's not crazy different. Here's a look at the tongue and the tongue coloring. Material on the tongue actually feels a little bit cheaper than the real one. The real one looks a little bit more bunched up than the fake one. The fake one doesn't look as ruffled, but the Nike Air logos look pretty similar. And there's a Cactus Jack logo. There's a little bit of red underneath the bottom side of it. I mean, again, pretty darn close. The insoles, it's hard to get a focus on those, but they actually look pretty similar as well. The coloring on the real pair looks like a little bit more cream colored. Maybe it's just a lighting, but this one looks super white on the fake pair, so it does look a little bit different there. The tags look a little bit different. The real pair has the regular standard tags. The fake pair has the one with the little camera thing you can scan, but I did that already and it takes you just to Nike.com, which is exactly what real pairs do have. And one other note I wanted to mention is for the black cement 3s, some people thought that they were all produced the exact same way. Well, some of them actually had this and some of them didn't. So the same thing could be said about these potentially, where some of them actually have it like this and then some of them have them the old way. Honestly, Nike needs to stay consistent with the way they make their tags. It is really confusing. This has everything down to like the red stitching in between for the wings up the top section here. Like the red stitching is on both of those ones as well. It's just crazy, man. The one major difference that I could see though is the liner material. Like this liner right here is like almost a charcoaly gray, and the liner on this one is like a darker color. It just looks different. Something else I noticed on the fake pair again right here, you could see the lines right here have ink on them, and that is a just indicator that they were trying to line everything up, it looks like. So not something you really see on the professional pairs. I don't know, the materials just look a little bit like lighter or washed out than the real one. But I mean, honestly, this is crazy how close that these come. Like, did I miss something on these though that I did not call out in this video? Leave a comment and let me know what I missed. I'm just kind of like browsing it over as I'm talking to you guys, and it's honestly like crazy how close they are to the real thing. But all in all, like if I walked by with a fake pair, you definitely probably wouldn't be able to call me out as if I had a fake or a real pair, which is part of the reason why it's a little bit crazy in today's market, where I could pay $190 on the open market and buy these fakes, and you could be paying $1,200, $1,500 on StockX for the real pair, and most people won't be able to tell the difference between the shoe. So I think that the only thing that I would say is, if you want to be about that fake replica life, that's totally on you. I'm not judging you. I mean, you do you. And if you don't want to pay the money for the real thing on the resale market, I mean, I get it. Nobody really likes to pay the crazy resale. I'm not one that would rock the fake shoes though. This is just something for experiments. And actually, I'm going to cut this pair in half to show you guys what's in the middle of the shoe. I do want to see what's inside of the shoe, because I feel like the main foundation of some of these shoes is there's no air unit inside of this, or maybe the air unit is just different. I don't know. I want to see what they're working with in 2019 with replica sneakers, because back in the day, you'd get a piece of cardboard or something like that instead of an air pocket. So now it seems like they could be actually replicating the proprietary stuff as well. But again, buyer beware out there. Make sure that you guys are being careful, buying from trusted sellers, and try not to get stung, man. You could really get messed over on PayPal. There's a lot of scams going on with Travis Scott sneakers, and I also have a different video on something I got scammed on Travis Scott related on eBay. And you guys probably won't want to miss that, because the same thing can happen to you guys with your sneakers. So just be careful out there. And part of that risk is the reason why I think that the sponsor, privacy.com, is so valuable. When I try to buy a replica pair of sneakers, I try to buy them with my debit card, and you know what happened? It got compromised. Then after that was done, I had to dispute the multiple charges. And anytime you buy replicas like these on the open market, stuff like that can happen. That's why if you're gonna be dabbling in that type of the market, privacy.com is super important. If you didn't know what it is, basically you can create burner cards instead of exposing your actual bank information or your actual debit card information to some of these sites, or just in general, if you want to use them and get a Netflix account, you can use these burner cards, and once those 30 days are up, then they'll try to charge the card, and then it will actually come back declined to them, so you won't actually get charged. If you try to buy a replica pair from these random replica sites, use one of these burner cards as a one-time use, and then they won't try to charge it multiple times. If they do, privacy.com will actually catch it. The only thing that will be exposed is this burner card, which is a bunch of fake numbers and not your actual debit card or bank information. Privacy.com is free to use, and it's really easy to sign up. And I recommend you signing up to get your free $5. So check the link in the description if you guys are interested. I think the biggest reason for us to really worry about everything is for those people that really want the real deal and that pay the big money for the real deal, and then get scammed into getting the fake pairs. And I think the worst part is most of these people that buy from these trusted sort of sites that think that they have the real pair, sometimes they don't, and they wouldn't know the difference, and they just trust the fact that it's a real pair. So I don't know, it's a scary market out there. At the end of the day, I love sneakers, but I don't really love the replica side of things and to see all of the craziness that can come with it. If you guys want to see me cut these in half, drop a like on the video and I'll be doing that pretty soon. I finally got my saw. That was part of the reason why I was waiting to do that. Hopefully you guys will be interested in seeing that. But have a good rest of the day, and we will see you guys for some more sneaker videos very soon. Peace, guys.